Whoa. Holy, holy full moon. We're still in that energy, and I know a lot of us are calming down the chaos. If anybody felt that chaos yesterday and the day before, yeah. And I'm laughing about it because there was a lot of energy around that was just a lot of anger, and it was thick as a brick wall. It's because, we're in Scorpio season 2, and the veil has been lifted, or was very, very thin on the holy day of Halloween and Hallows Eve. And the craziest thing, that the full moon in Taurus brings out the worst in people when it has to do with material things, money, finances, assets. When the old has to collapse, or they were no longer serving you, is trying to change them around. Because Friday is 11/11 for the new beginning. That's why it was so brutal yesterday. And last year, this is hysterical, and I'm looking back a year ago. This situation, I went into probably the most horrid dark night of the soul I ever went into. And especially when you have karmic family members, whether they're immediate, extended, whatever, and they're in desperation of money because they didn't heal money wounds, or anybody didn't heal money wounds. Sometimes those are very hard to come up to be healed. They don't always come up right away. People kill each other for money. It's crazy, but there's plenty of it. You're an abundant being. Abundance is your birthright. It's part of your wealth. Sometimes, if you've lost it all, it's because more is going to come in the right way, and it'll be there, trust me. And it brings, a lot of people were angry, and I was like, you learn your lesson from one dark night of the soul to transmute it as best you can, and you have the tools. And this whole full moon, the best thing was to just really stay grounded and take as many deep breaths as you can, wherever you can grab them. Even if people were pleasant, you could still feel their anger. It's crazy because, just certain situations with that kind of anger, your own self, that, when you can explode, people will push your buttons. Well, last year, I exploded for 5 days. And the sad part is, when a karmic family member is the only in your immediate family is one sibling, you learn the lesson when you have to deal with those type of karmic family members, to set more and more stringent boundaries with them. Some cycles just don't close overnight. They take a bit of time for that to happen. So I will tell you, the old me, I would have killed them. But anything or any person, there's all type of karmic situations, karmic people. There was karmic jobs coming to an end, and the old me, I would have, forget it. But I already went through that. They will push your buttons. They will find the orange button, the red button, whatever, and they'll push it. And you do the best you can to avoid it, but sometimes, unfortunately, you can't. So, anyway, the best is to stay away from them physically as best as possible and have very little contact with them, or almost no contact. And, especially when there's people fighting over money that's not there yet, or just not there. It's craziness. Because they're in desperation, lack, jealousy, any type of lower vibration. People do black magic to you over money too, because they're jealous. Or they think you have something. I don't know. Whatever. Now, I'm no polished diamond. I'm a rough diamond. I'm a cracked diamond. I'm a hot mess. But, yeah. And I just an example, and nobody is alone, especially if they're dealing with siblings. I knew from a child, my brother and I were not a match at all. Never wanted to be around him. I don't have that love for him at all. He thinks I do. But the rest of that cycle will close, whatever. Or they have to do their own healing. Karmics are to teach lessons or catalysts to your life, and they basically teach you the lesson, you learn them, and they leave you forever. And it doesn't matter who they are. Sometimes families shrink. However they shrink. And that's fine. And, so if anybody is not talking to siblings or parents, it's because they're karmic. You were never energetically meant to be. I mean, they're just there in the 3D world to teach you lessons. And I'll tell you something. Last year, literally, they do bring my brother brought the worst out in me, and that was the last of the old me. I literally hurt him badly. Deserved it. They were enabled by my father for so long, and it's crazy. Ridiculous. A spoiled brat and lazy. And I am just respectful, and I avoid as much as possible. I may be changing my phone number. And that's it. Getting blamed. Oh, you put my wife through hell. How did I put her through hell? It's because she can't handle stuff and the truth. She got her own path. And those energies literally spread pretty quickly before you even know it. They're right on your shoulder. But, but other than that, this was different this year. It was everybody else's. And I was like, thank goodness. Another worst dark night of the soul was 2 years ago. Lionsgate, because it's a manifesting portal. No, I don't deal well with Taurus energies. I don't. But anyway, people were angry because there's so many car accidents and stuff. Please be very, very careful driving, because your head might spin around like a crane, because people are just so angry. I wasn't angry yesterday. I just stood quiet and stood to myself like people did not exist. People in my job were pissing me off. Thank God they were not in my face. But I already would have known to handle it and walked away. But have a peaceful and magical day, all. The new beginnings are coming. If you had brutal endings, just remember, the more the brutal the ending, it no longer served your highest good, whether it was materialistic or old money, whatever the heck it is. And the truth came out. It's because the new beginnings are coming, and they're doing it better. Have a great magical day. Bye, all.